friends, it's Sydney from Sid Plans It Out. Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, thank you so much for stopping by. Today is going to be the start of like a new kind of series that I'm going to be doing on my channel, where I'm going to walk through and like do my goals with you guys. So yeah. This is one of the Makselife companion notebooks, and I bought these and had all intents to like go hard and like use them, and then I just really fell off in like September because life just got really crazy in September. And then in October I like started up like the very last week of October again. And now, you know, it's November. I'm thinking about like next year. I bought more of these for next year because I really want to like do them and like push myself, not push myself, but, you know, make myself aware and like actually work on myself, I guess, is kind of where it's at. So like really do the goal thing. So that being said, let's find where I'm actually at in this notebook. Okay, so here are my November goals, and there's a lot of them. Potentially too many of them, but a lot of them are like really quick things, and some of them are things that like are just more like reminder type things. So yeah, so if you've never seen a Makselife goal setting system, so there's 8 different categories. So you have personal, fun and recreation, work and learning, family and relationships, health and wellness, spiritual and personal growth, financial and physical environment. Yeah, so I thought of something else that I want to add to family relationships, because when I was doing this, family and relationships, apologize, I kind of forgot like what month it was. So it's November, right? So I want to enjoy and participate, I guess, / cook for Thanksgiving with the fam, which I already, like yesterday it's currently Sunday also, I meant to say that. I talked to my mom yesterday and she was like, hey, are you gonna cook? What are you gonna do? All this stuff. And then I volunteered to make an apple pie, a cheese ball, and a charcuterie board. The cheese ball would be part of the charcuterie board, but still, I volunteered to make a lot of things that I wasn't quite prepared for, but that's okay. So, okay, so this is like your monthly goals. And then it goes into weekly goals, weekly actions is what it's called. So like your steps that you're going to take, things that you're going to do in order to work towards these monthly goals. And then there's also this reflection page, which this is what like a blank week looks like. So it says reflect on wins, what worked, what didn't work, lessons learned, and adjustments needed. So like I said, it's Sunday. So I went through and I did all of my things. You know, I thought about all of the pieces of my goals and everything, and what was working, what didn't work, lessons learned, all of that good stuff. So there are some things on here that I haven't done yet because it's like Sunday morning, but they're on my list to do today, so they will be done. But I think the biggest thing that I learned this week was that I put too many things on my plate all at once, when also coinciding with the fact that I still have to like live my life and do, you know, I have social media things that I want to do. I have to work for, you know, 8 hours Monday through Friday. I want to be able to like relax and just like sit down and not really think about anything kind of things. But I also learned that there's a lot more hours in the day than I sometimes act like there are. In the sense of like, sometimes I'm like, nope, it's, you know, it's 6 o'clock, like I'm done. I can't do anything else. And a lot of that right now is because it's dark outside at like 6 o'clock. But I've realized that like I can do a lot more in a day. Things don't take as long as I think they do. So that's really like my two biggest takeaways from last week. Those are like, you know, lessons learned, adjustments kind of things. And then the other thing, something that I was like, no, this didn't work, is that I might have already said this, but I put too many things on my plate. So yeah, so I put too many things on my plate, but there's also more hours in the day than I feel like there are. So those are like the two main things after I talked myself in a circle there. So yeah, so what I'm gonna do, first I think I'm gonna set up this page just because it's not gonna take me very long, and I actually really enjoyed setting it up last week, but I need to find my ruler. There it is. Okay, so, oh, I also wanted to say, so I pulled out all of these mild liners that I just matched as closely as possible to these colors. For next year, Makselife came out with markers that match their categories, which is like amazing to me. I'm actually really excited about it, and I definitely bought them because, I mean, they match. Like, that just makes my planner organizing heart so happy. So for now, this is what I have, but you know, with next year's notebooks, I will have some that perfectly match. Okay, the first thing I want to do, so I pulled out some washi, and then I pulled out just colorful boxes. Last week I used washi, and then these boxes are from the journaling sticker book from the Happy Planner, because I like always have that book out recently. So yeah, but I'm going to start by putting this washi up here. I love this washi. This is by Scotch. I'm gonna flip this over so I can line it up. But this is like one of my very first washis that I ever bought, like before I even started planning. I just was like, oh my gosh, that's so cute. Or maybe right when I started planning, but then it was in my car. I literally could not tell you why, but it was in my car forever. And I finally, when I bought a new car in May, I took it out, and I still really haven't used it. So I thought that this would be a fun time to use it, because when you're reflecting on things, it might as well look pretty, right? So in this video, I don't know if I like actually said what I'm going to do, but I'm going to set up this page, and then I'm going to walk through taking these goals and moving them to weekly actions, and kind of how I'm doing it versus like how I did it last week. Because like I said, I feel like last week I didn't do it in the right way. I think I'm going to use this color to label this as reflections. And then I'm going to need categories, right? So actually, let's divide this up first, like I did last week. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So on the 10th dot from the bottom is where I drew my lines. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This washi is thicker though, so it might be taking up more room, but we're gonna go with it. This is my like 79-cent ruler that I bought at Target. I was like, man, I really need like a full ruler, because I just have like little 6-inch ones right now. Or I did until I bought this, and they just weren't working for me anymore. So I bought this ruler. Whoops, I just drew on like all the pages, but that's okay. And yeah, it literally, I think it ended up costing like 64 cents or something. It was kind of silly, but I'm not mad about it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's do it from this side. 1, 2, 3, 4. So on the 11th dot, oh, you know what I could do? I could just like line this up like this instead of counting, because I can see like the lines from last time, right? So it's this line. I don't know if this part is interesting to anyone, but I had fun doing it, and you know, I want to make sure that it gets done. So yeah. Okay. And then these two sections I just need to divide in half. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 9, 10. So on the 11th. And it doesn't look quite even because there's like this space right here where you could like, where it's perforated and you could take it out. So it does look a little bit uneven, I feel like, but it's okay. What did I decide? 11, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 11. Okay. Whew. You would think that I would be able to make this a lot easier for myself, but for some reason, this is like the hardest part. All right. And then we will label these sections as well. So I want to bring in probably more purples and then a blue and teal, maybe. I'm just trying to like pull colors out of this washi. So this color we'll do for this section. And then I need like a really bright, oh, maybe not, but we can use this teal. I kind of just want to stay in this sticker book. I'm sure I could find more colors that match in other sticker books, but this is the one I want to stick with. I'm going to use this pink. So let's do teal here. And we'll do a pink one here. And then we can do another purple one here. And then another blue one maybe. Maybe we do like a bigger blue one or a bigger whatever color, because I feel like this section needs to be like adjustments needed. I feel like it's a lot of word. Do I want it to be blue? I feel like I want it to be that teal color. I really like that teal. Let's see if I can find one that size. Yes, this entire process that I'm going through right now is a little bit unnecessary, but I like it. So that's not the same color, I don't feel like. Is it this one? I don't know if it's this one, but I like this one, so we're gonna go with it. And we will put this over here. Okay, so that's all set up besides like, you know, labeling it, but it's set up. All right, now let's go through and actually set like this week's goals. So I'm gonna start with personal. I'm gonna go back here. So 1 reel a week. So since that's a weekly, like something I wanna do, I'm gonna put that in here. Yeah, I wanna mark it here because it's something that is like a weekly thing. So I have create an AM routine and create a PM routine. Last week I created a PM routine, but I want to this week make a focus on my PM routine. I feel like last week was a good start. So I want to focus or continue working on my PM routine because I feel like once I figure out how exactly like I'm going to use all of my time like after work kind of thing, and like actually, you know, this is how much time I need to like get ready for bed, and then this amount of time reading or whatever is the amount of time that I need before I'm ready to go to bed, like those kind of things. I feel like once I really drill that down, then I can go to my AM routine, because I feel like I need to work on one thing at a time. Because a lot of times, like every other time this year that I've tried to do AM and PM routine, I've tried to do both of them at once, and it just hasn't worked, because it's like too many changes all at one time, and it doesn't work for my brain or my body. So that's the focus for this week. We'll come back to this clothes one. Selfie a day. So this is something that I decided that I'm going to do for November as like a kind of like a self-gratitude type of thing, where I'm just, you know, I'm being grateful for my body and myself every day. So 3, 4. And at first I wasn't sure like what I was going to do with the pictures. And I decided yesterday that I'm going to print them out every week and then put them into my November monthly in my wellness planner, because I didn't end up doing like a mood tracker in that monthly this month. And I feel like I wanted a way to fill it in. And I feel like that's a good way to use that monthly. So I will print those tomorrow from this week, like the 6th through the 31st through the 6th. So it's really the 1st through the 6th. So I didn't do it on Monday because I was like, well, it's not November yet. So, so for all of November, the calendar will be filled. And then, so this buy clothes that fit and make me feel good kind of goes along with this try on clothes and sort and donate. I have a lot of clothes that are just like not being used. They're just sitting in my closet. I like don't want to get rid of them because I like them, but they're not being worn because they don't really fit. And I feel like I've been putting off getting rid of them because I'm like, well, what if they do fit eventually, like once I get my life together? But I would rather have clothes that fit now and make me feel good, and maybe keep like a couple of those things that are maybe like just a tiny bit too tight versus like, oh, this doesn't fit at all kind of thing. So I've put aside some money from my last paycheck, and I haven't bought anything yet clothes-wise. I'm trying to decide if I want to buy clothes this week or if I want to wait until this week when we get paid again. I think I'm going to wait until next week. So we will do that next week. All right, so that's all for personal. Now let's move on to fun and recreation. So my goals were, this is a goal that I want to edit. I put Marvel movie once a week because I wanted to catch up on Marvel movies, but that's not always what I want to watch, if I'm being honest. Like, I don't watch TV really, like watch movies or anything like that very often. So I feel like when I make it that like it has to be a Marvel movie, I'm like, well, then I don't want to watch anything. So I'm gonna just go with a movie once a week. It didn't happen this week, but goals should be flexible and work for you. So I feel like just putting like a singular movie, like that is like, just watch a movie, just watch something one day. Perfect. I can do that. I did go to the library. I read one book already. I'm kind of thinking that I should put that I already read a book. Just, you know, to keep track for myself. So, to reading. So this week I put a goal of reading every single day because I wanted it to be part of my PM routine. And that's great, but I also feel like going from not reading at all to reading every single day is unrealistic. And I should have known that, but I wrote it down anyway. So I'm going to put read 3 times. Like, that is the goal. Just read 3 times, like 3 days, whatever. Or yeah, 3 days. But just read those 3 days. That's it. That's the goal. 3 times. That seems way more reasonable, especially because this week I read 3 times. So I feel like 3 times is a good, reasonable goal there. Go to the bookstore. I don't think I'm going to do that this week because I went to the library already. So I have 2 new books right now that I need to read, so I can return them. So I think that's going to wait. We will watch a movie. And I think I also want to go to the Nelson this week. I was going to say, oh, I'll go on Friday because I'm off, but they're probably also closed because it's Veterans Day. And I feel like museums close on weird days like that. I could be wrong. We'll see. We'll look it up. But it might be like a Sunday kind of a Sunday kind of adventure. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Because Saturday I have to take my brother to golf. And then, yeah, it might be a Sunday thing, but I would like to go. I love going to the Nelson, which is, sorry, if you're not from around here where I live, then you probably don't know what that is. It's an art museum that I really enjoy. So read 3 times and then watch a movie. I'm going to write watch a movie or show, because sometimes I would rather just binge a TV show than watch a movie, which might be weird, but I don't know. That's kind of how that feels to me. I'm going to put it in parentheses though. And then visit the Nelson. Maybe my brother will go with me and we can go on Saturday. I don't know. We'll see what happens. The last time I went to the Nelson, I went with him. So I kind of feel like I want to go by myself because I feel like it's more interesting when I go by myself because I can go at my own pace, but we'll see. Okay, so that's all for that section. Moving on to work. So I need to work on these trainings. I actually don't think I have very many left, but yeah. So my goals this week, let's see. I need to work on this thing called crosswalks. I should probably work on some preceptor topics, which is like, I don't really even know how to explain it. It's like someone who's been doing my job longer than me, and I just tell them things that I've learned about different topics. I don't know, it's kind of silly, but yeah. I should probably get some of those because I have that meeting next week. And then I'm just gonna put Oracle trainings. And I don't know how to spell, first of all. I was gonna say, I don't know how many I have left. I did a lot more last week than I had set out to do, but I'm actually not mad about it because, yeah, it's always nice. I'm gonna put 2 because if I could get at least 2 more done, I think that would put me in a good spot. All right, that's all for work. Moving on to family and relationships. This one's really hard for me because my family lives right down the street, but they're all so busy. My little brother has so much to do. My sister is one of my sisters is married, and her and her husband do things all the time. They travel all the time. They have so much going on. And then my other sister is, yeah, it's hard to make time, but I'm going to go home. I should have spend time at home is really what I wanted, but because, yeah. I also want to do something with my grandparents that live, they live with my parents right now. I would like to do something with them this month, brunch or lunch or dinner or something, but I think that might have to wait until later in the month because I also want to be able to like pay for it to an extent. I don't know. We'll see. I'm just going to stick with go home because that is really like the main thing is I just want to go home and spend some time there. And I can spend time with my grandparents when I'm there also. Okay. Some of these things are being tracked in my wellness planner. So I don't need to like necessarily move them to here because they're already like front and center in my wellness planner. So like this consistent sleep schedule, like that's in my wellness planner. Water, I think I'm going to track water again because I feel like it like goes back and forth. Sometimes I'm good about it and sometimes I'm not. So I just kind of want to see like if there's a trend. I kind of want to track it for the whole month and see like, are there certain days of the week where I like stop drinking water? Like, is it consistent from week to week? Like that kind of thing. I need to make this appointment for this place. It's like a PT OT place. And I just need to make an appointment with them. I've just been putting it off just because I don't want to schedule more things into my life, but I need to go because my shoulder is a disaster. I also want to make a chiropractor appointment because, again, my body is a mess. And then I have a goal to do yoga once a week. It didn't happen this week. And to walk twice a week. It's getting cold. So I don't know if that's going to actually happen. But I'm going to put yoga / stretch. Because I feel like my body, like I know my body really needs it. I'm just being kind of lazy. I'm going to put at least once. Just, you know, like, hey, at least do this one time kind of thing. Like, maybe that'll make me more willing to do it kind of thing. All right, spiritual and personal growth. So I put this meditate 3 times a week. Again, going back to like reading, I think that was too high of a goal. This unplug by 10 p.m. every day, again, is in my wellness planner, and I've actually been doing a pretty good job of that. So, and then the other thing, faith planner every day. I've been doing okay. It's kind of been every other day this week. Like I'll go back and write like yesterday's thing, but I should, you know, I want to do it every day, not like catch up. So I'm going to need this still. I'm going to put meditate once. So that's, you know, 2 days right there that I have, you know, something to do. Like one day I can stretch and another day I can meditate. Like I feel like I got, you know, I got a little excited with my goals, I guess. And I went a little overboard. But if I could just like meditate once, and then maybe that will help me decide like if it's something that I want to do more often kind of thing. And then faith planner. And in my faith planner, I have found scripture writing plans, and I just write. They take like 10 minutes, right? So it should not be that difficult for me, and yet I put them off. But whatever. So 10 minutes of just writing scripture. So I want to make sure that I actually do that. Looks like this week I did it I still have to do it today, but I will do it. So 5 out of 7, that's not bad. But I would like it to be 7 out of 7. All right, financial goals. So, one meal out only a week. That didn't happen this week. I ate out 3 times, I think. Whoops. But I didn't use my card and I didn't impulse spend. I went to Target yesterday for 45 minutes and I didn't buy anything. It's a miracle. All right, 1K savings. So I would like to put money into my $1,000 savings challenge. Even if it's just like one of those where it's just, I'm doing $5, like it's better than nothing. And then I really want to try this one meal out only again, and then cash spending, which I did really well with this last week. So only one meal out. And for me, that means like a solo meal. So if like a friend or something was like, hey, you want to go eat? Like, I'm not going to say no because I already ate my one meal out. Like, yeah. And then cash spending. Okay. Last thing, physical environment. So I want to vacuum every week just to, you know, keep everything clean and all that. Sweep and mop once a week, again, to keep everything clean. Dust twice, so every other week. I dusted this week, so I don't need to do that next week. Daily pickup. I mean, I guess I'll put that in here, but I don't know that I'm going to put it like in my actual planner. I haven't decided yet. But okay, so we'll do vacuum, sweep and mop, daily pickup, and then I really need to try on some clothes this week. It was on my list for last week also, and I didn't do it because, I don't know, it just doesn't sound like a fun task, I guess. So vacuum, sweep and mop. I did like a lot of cleaning this past week. Like I cleaned the shower, I cleaned the sink and the mirror and the counter and the bathroom. I cleaned like the whole kitchen. Like I did a lot of cleaning this last week. Let's see. Try on, sort, clothes. I think the other reason I've been putting this off is because I'm like, man, then I'm gonna have to like go donate them. Like that's so much work. Jeez, I'm so lazy. It is what it is. I think a lot of the problem is that, well, is that I work from home. So when I actually have to like leave my apartment, I'm like, oh man. Oh, the other thing I want to put up here, I want to put meal plan because I want to make sure that I'm meal planning every week. And this is a simple one that doesn't take very much time. So, all right. I feel like I still ended up with a lot of things, like with a lot of goals, just like last week. And a lot of these didn't get done, but I don't know. I guess I pared a lot of them down though, that were like, do it this many times, do it that many times. So I got, you know, I think I did better. The last thing I'm gonna do real quick is I'm gonna take this and I'm just going to label this. So this one will be wins. This one will be what worked. but didn't work. Whoop, that one almost fits. Lessons learned. And then what is this? Oh, adjustments needed. I don't know if this video was interesting. I hope it was. I feel like doing this video is going to help keep me accountable with my goals, which was part of where I was like, yeah, I want to do this. Because I feel like that's the biggest thing is I need accountability, and I can only keep myself so accountable. So yeah, so these are my goals for the week, things I'll be working on, things that I'll hopefully be making progress on, that kind of thing. Yeah, so I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, please let me know down below. But yeah, if you did enjoy this video, also let me know that, because I have plans to continue doing them just, you know, for my own sake. If that's what it ends up being, is just for my own sake, then so be it. But yeah, if you did enjoy this video, I would really appreciate if you give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of my videos, you can hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.